Gondwana Records podcast.
Hi everyone, I am Mari from Gondwana Records and thank you so much for tuning in. This is a fun edition where I'll be throwing out lots of questions to our artists, some music related and some just for laughs. On this edition, we are featuring Chip Wickham, who's just released his new album, The Eternal Now, his most progressive recording to date. Let's get started.
Gondwana Records podcast.
Gondwana Records podcast extra. We are diving a little deeper with the saxophonist and flautist Chip Wickham to get to know him better. Okay, do you enjoy composing more or performing?
Performing.
Okay.
Just rapid, yeah? Quick.
And what's your favorite song to perform live?
My songs.
Any songs, yeah.
My songs, it'd be Spacewalk.
Oh, good one. I
One we
love
haven't
it too.
mentioned.
And if you could collaborate with any musician, living or past, who would you be your dream partner?
Ouch. Wow. I guess I would have to say Harold McNair. Flute duet, although he would make me look very small.
Oh.
I don't care. I'd like to play with him.
Are you a morning person or night owl?
Both, happily both. I do like getting up in the mornings and getting on with the life, but I do have most of my best times at night, so just don't ring me at lunchtime.
Is Chip your real name?
Of course it is. No, it isn't. It comes from nickname I got. People I used to work with, Badly Drawn Boy, and he was signed to EMI, and I did lots of touring with him around the world, and they used to call me Chipper. Because I was painfully happy in the mornings. They were all broody indie rock gods, and I was just happy and chatty, and I think it didn't fit in with their kind of broodiness, and so they used to call me Chipper, which I thought sure they were trying to insult me, but I thought was very sweet, and so it got shortened to Chip, and that's the rest is history.
If you hadn't become a musician, what do you think you'd be doing now instead?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd like to be a chef if I wasn't.
Oh, what kind of chef?
Probably like bread.
Baker?
Baker, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Pastries and yeah, I'm not saying I'm any good at this sort of thing, but I find chefs very impressive in the way they cook, and I think people that make food is a very earthy thing, and it brings people together.
That is true. How would you describe your fashion style?
Oh God, really? Eclectic.
Okay.
I really don't know. It's important to dress well, I think, obviously, because being a musician and artist, you have to sort of present yourself on stage. But to describe my style, eclectic, I don't know, spiritual baggy nonsense, I don't know.
Okay, I like the spiritual buggy nonsense. Okay, when you need inspiration, what album do you always go back to? Just pick one that comes to your mind.
Well, this is like your Desert Island Discs, isn't it? I was listening to Johnny Harris's Movements this morning, finally on the way here, which is one we've spoken about, stuff like that. Or I like Sugar by Stanley Torrington with Freddie Hubbard on. I like that. That's a kind of soul jazz thing
good.
That's amazing. That's just got this energy to it. And I like the album with Yes It Is by Yusuf Lateef. I find that's really beautiful. I don't know, there's so many. It's like Bill Evans from Left to Right, where he plays piano and Rhodes. I think that's the most beautiful album. That's something. Antonio Carlos Jobim, a certain Mr. Jobim, where he recorded all strings in a church.
And what about Guilty Pleasure Records?
Oh gosh, that's not fair. Guilty Pleasure Records. I don't know. I like stuff like Flying Burrito Brothers, which is really left field, isn't it? I like folk, Tim Hardin, people like that. I kind of sometimes it's nice to switch off from your jazz head.
Yeah, of course. Okay, one of the best live acts you've seen over the few years.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, crikey. Can't think now you said that.
One of the best.
I can't think of the last gig I went to. As musicians, we don't tend to go to many gigs, do we? We're usually working. So
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coltrane or Pharoah Sanders?
Oh, well, that's just splitting hairs there, those two. I mean, that's not, they were, even sound-wise, by thin hair, I would say, that's a really awful question. They're
And that is
similar.
awful.
Maybe Coltrane, I guess, just because there wouldn't have been a Pharoah Sanders without Coltrane, to be fair. I think it's like Coltrane has a sound. Not only did he have the sound, but he had the band and he had the music all at once. And I think that's what people underestimate. He was so relevant musically, but he wasn't just him as a musician. He had the best band and he was writing the best tunes and nobody could touch him. And it was just, that was so, there's an era of his that's just so impressive.
And where in the world do you love performing live?
Well, it has to be Japan.
Well,
because
you don't
there's
need
such
to say
a culture, not because
Japan.
you're here. It's just because they've got a culture of jazz that's fantastic. Everywhere you go in Japan, there's music in the shops, and it's really good jazz. They really love jazz. There's a really lovely sort of care towards jazz. Japanese really care about jazz. That's really impressive. And as a jazz musician, you always feel like you're on the outside of music. You know, jazz is a bit like, oh yeah, whatever. You know, you're always happily on the outside, you know, which I don't mind that. But when you go to Japan, it's just kind of like, it's really mainstream in a really sweet way, you know, and it's not the cheesy stuff either. It's not Kenny G. I mean, they've all got, you go into 7-Elevens and they've all got, you know, they've got Art Blakey playing and stuff like that. It's the good stuff, you know. So I was home when I went to Japan. I thought, yeah, okay.
That's sweet to hear. Do you prefer sit-down venues or outdoor gigs?
Oh, generally sit-down venues, yeah. I think jazz is better in smaller, intimate venues. I think the outdoor gigs are great fun, like festivals that are just done way out here. And they're great fun because you feel very connected to your world when you do a festival, because everybody's playing and you get to meet people, feel you're part of something of the bigger picture. But the sound is usually atrocious.
That's true. Yeah, it's
really hard
difficult.
work.
Yeah.
And also being a flute player, if it's windy, it's like somebody else blowing in the hole instead of you. So that's something nobody appreciates. If it's a windy day, you go to blow the air, and of course the wind disrupts your airflow.
Oh, right,
And so
okay.
it is like somebody getting in your way a little bit when you're playing.
Yeah.
So it's not always great to play outdoors. And
That's right.
I think generally jazz sounds better at late night in a club. You know, 200, 400 people. That's about right.
And where is your favorite jazz club in the whole world?
I played at Club Elise in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa once. That was a wonderful jazz club. That was a really special one because it's not the sort of place you get to go to very often. But there are places like, I mean, there's Duke de Lombards and Peggy Skylight in Nottingham is also a beautiful jazz club. And I guess the ultimate one, I guess, for being British is Ronnie's, just because of the history and the whole kind of, I like that era of jazz as well, and the whole kind of Soho. I'm a sucker for all that, you know. And you walk in there, and it's always a very special gig there because there's so much history there. Like, for example, in Madrid, they've got Café Central, which is the oldest jazz club, and they're just about to close it.
Oh.
And it's really sad because the thing about something like Ronnie's, it's amazing, but it's also a treasure that you couldn't close that place now. And so all that history goes with you, and every generation gets to play there. And it breaks my heart in Madrid, which has got loads of great jazz clubs and culture that for some reason, I don't know why, I haven't found out why, but they're shutting this Café Central, which is one of the sort of venues, you know, the iconic venues. And it's a shame because I guess all venues go through ups and downs, don't they? And you have to survive those. And I guess the beautiful thing about Ronnie's is it's been through everything and it's come out the other side to the point where it's you would never close it. You know?
Yeah, it's always busy.
So there's so many, and they've all got their own thing, but they've all got that intimacy. They've all got that kind of, when you're on stage, you can, if you play a quiet song, it's absolute pin drop silence. You can, the hairs go up on the back of your neck. Do you know what I mean? So it's, they've all got that specialness that's, again, I think part of the music. I think it's really important, that intimacy that jazz has, that I love.
Which football team do you support?
Well, I'm a Brighton supporter originally, of course, because being from Brighton, you have to support your local team. So, but obviously I moved to Spain and I live in, home is now Madrid. So I took the opportunity to support Real Madrid as well, if you're allowed. I know it sounds, probably real football fans would be horrified at having a team when you weren't born next to the ground, sort of thing, you know, like that. But I did figure that having been a Brighton supporter for so long, I was long overdue some success. So I now support Brighton and Real Madrid and have all the success I need now.
Yeah, that was fun, and thank you so much.
That's it. Okay, great.
I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Gondwana Records podcast. We have in-depth episodes with Chip Wickham where you can dive into his musical upbringing and hear the stories behind the making of his latest album, The Eternal Now. You can also listen back to all our other episodes featuring stories from your favorite Gondwana Records artists. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for your continued support.
Gondwana Records podcast.